Hi guys, I hope you've been well since we last spoke. I hope you're taking care of yourself and enjoying the beautiful Nairobi weather. It's suddenly behaving itself, and it's a good thing since we're going through this pandemic. I don't think the cold was going to be very helpful, or the rain as well. So yeah, I've been quiet for a while. I've been weighed down by the negativity around the world. Here at home, every time I put on the news, it's just been too much. It's been too much, and I didn't know what to do, so I decided to just hide in my cocoon, play mom, play with Play-Doh, enjoy my daughter, enjoy beading and coloring, and yes, eating crayons sometimes. And I hope you also have your own coping mechanisms, because it's not easy. Every once in a while I come out for air, so I've been following very closely the Black Lives Matter demonstrations across the globe, and predominantly in the States. And I've just been angaliang people blacking out their screens, especially on Tuesday, and I was going to keep quiet and write this one out because the similarities are daunting. What's going on in the States and what happens in our country. Every election here, it's amplified, but every other day it's something that we live with: police brutality. We just saw just the other day the homeless guy Vaite shot because of being outside during curfew. The one thing that was sad was this guy is homeless, so mali curfew inamshikia hapo ndio nyumba yake, kama mko barabara kwa stage. That was, if I was a cop, if I put myself in that situation as a cop and I find him, I would ask him, first why he's outside, and if he told me he doesn't have a place to go, my first reaction would not be to beat him or to kill him. I'd probably throw him in our car and nimpeleke Central akalale hapo kwa field mali kwa nyasi, because what do you expect this person to do? And then I don't even know how to say it. I'm really trying to flower this up, but I don't want to look like I'm judgy. It might seem judgy, but I really want to understand it more than I want to pass judgment. To 2017, I lost very many friends because we saw what happened. Cops shot people, there was many demonstrations, the police brutality was at an all-time high, and when Baby Pendo was killed by our cops, that broke my heart, that broke me. And I saw many people had the hashtag on their pages, Luo Lives Matter. And very many people had problems with it. In fact, a personal friend had a problem with it. She called someone out and said, remove that hashtag, that's very tribal. And this is how I look at it. When we see a campaign on Save the Elephants, you're not going to come and be like, boo-hoo, what about the lions? We are trying to save the elephants. The lions are fine for now. If the lions have a problem, then we'll have a hashtag to save the lions. So the fact that someone had a problem with the hashtag and said, no, all lives matter, and then right now you want to black out your screens in support of what's happening in the US, it's okay to be empathetic, it's okay to have sympathy and to be your brother's keeper, but charity begins at home. We've watched time and again our cops being so brutal. There was a boy, Yasin Moyo, that stood out. That boy was shot by the cops when he was standing on their balcony. And it's not the first time. And every time we make excuses and say the people, wale watu walikuwa na demonstrate kwa barabara, so we shoot demonstrators. And then we're empathetic of demonstrators in another country looting and destroying things. We've seen very many people. I'm going to quote Trevor Noah. Trevor said the other day, there's no right way of demonstrating. There were people who stole cases of soda in 2017, and I saw people crying out for their blood and saying, shoot them. Isn't that what jails are for? Rubber bullets, tear gas, handcuffs. Throw those guys in jail. These guys can even do community service and clean up our dirty Nairobi streets. But you can't play God and shoot people because everybody has the right to picket. It's enshrined in our constitution. Lakini sai naangalia tu, I don't know this selective humanities from where, and I'm not going to call it hypocrisy. You be the judge and find the word for that. But you're not going to, let me tell you what broke my silence yesterday. I was going to write this one out, by the way, very quietly. Then yesterday I saw t-shirts. I saw t-shirts of George Floyd. Someone is flogging them on the internet. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, charity begins at home. Can we also love our brothers here? Let's not focus on the political affiliation. Mtu akishutiwa na polisi. Sijaona t-shirts za Baby Pendo. I didn't see, what I'm trying to say is I didn't see the anger. I didn't see people as moved and emotional by the plight of our very own as they seem to be right now with the plight of the Americans and what they're going through, because we're going through something similar. And moving forward, because the problem with mainstream media, and I worked there, was I always felt like sometimes we discuss things with no end in sight. We discuss things with no, there was no call to action. So I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying let's reflect. Let's try and be better. Let's try and be our brother's keeper. 2022 inakuja na unajua polisi wetu vile wanakuanga bloodthirsty. People are going to get shot. Can we have the same reaction? Can we show the same humanity then? Let me tell you something hilarious. I saw something, I love you Jack so much if you'll watch this. I watched a friend of mine, I read a post, a friend of mine put up the other day that he was calling for demonstrations in Karen. Can we stand up? Can we demonstrate? Can we demonstrate and stand up with our brothers in the US? And I was just there, here in my house. I was just here in my house, judging, rolling my eyes. I must admit I'm guilty, because I was like, so you want to just stay there in the leafy suburbs of Karen to demonstrate? If it's bold, if it's genuine, it's from the heart, and you want to have it, if you want it to have an impact, go demonstrate in town. And then demonstrate about Vaite. Ama it's cool to demonstrate about guys in state or George Floyd, who what happened to him was terrible. Terrible, terrible. There's no words for it. But the very same thing is happening here, home, nyumbani. These people didn't have to die. These people didn't have to die, and these people are not lesser humans because I don't know if it's cooler. I don't know. I'm lost. But just charity begins at home. Let's stand up. Let's stand up with the rest of the world. Let's stand up for the cause. We are black at the end of the day as well, and we're also human beings. But let's not forget that we have the same issues here. So yeah, I hope you're taking good care of yourself. I hope you found your own coping mechanisms, because it's not easy. And I hope the outside is open soon. And I hope even if the outside is open soon, we are going to behave ourselves. And even if it's not, I'm kind of getting the hang of it and this new normal. And sometimes it's worse than, some days are better than others. But we push forward. Cindy, that is humanity, it's resilience, it's pushing forward, and before I sign out, all cops are not bad, even our Kenyan cops. We've watched a lady cop help a mother with an infant carry her luggage. We've watched our cops. We have amazing people in uniform. So not to throw a blanket statement and be like all cops are bloodthirsty. There's the bad ones, just like in any other field. Kuna wale wabaya na kuna wale wazuri. So yes, I'm liking that everyone is coming out, speaking out, but let's also look closer to home. So I love you. Only in Kenya. Can follow the conversation at OINK on all social media platforms. See you soon.